Peace and greetings to you. This is Omar Abdul Malik. Some of you all may know me as Dr. O, the PA Pro from my YouTube channel. I'm here with a naturopathic doctor. Somebody quite some time ago in the comment section asked me to interview a naturopathic doctor. So here I am. I'm going to let him introduce himself. As-Salamu-alaikum.
Walaikum salam. I'm Dr. Nuriddin from Greensboro, North Carolina. And I've been a naturopath now for going on 30 years. I have my own practice in Greensboro. I was born and raised in Buffalo, New York. And I do my own TV program on health and nutrition and financial literacy. My wife and I run a Genesis Health and Nutrition Center in Greensboro, North Carolina today. We started that in Buffalo, New York about 40 years ago. And well, how did I become a naturopath? Basically studying behind a very, very dear friend of mine by the name of Bill Horace. He and his wife, Mildred, owned a health and nutrition center on the west side of Buffalo. And ultimately met him and he propositioned me. He said, "You look like you're healthy. Would you like to learn something about health?" I said yes. So I started working with him and we started moving between the northeast section of the United States and the Midwest. And he was an iridologist, herbalist, master herbalist and nutritional consultant. And he would read eyes and I would read behind them. And he taught me what he knew about herbal botanicals, vitamins and minerals and nutrients. And then after about 2 years of study with him, I ended up going to school, enrolling in the Clayton College of Natural Health and the American Holistic Health College out of Birmingham, Alabama. And that's where I started to study at and ultimately opened up my own practice and been doing it now for almost 30 years. I'm a columnist with the Muslim Journal. So I write for the Muslim Journal each week on health and nutrition. And, I'm into herbal botanicals.
And about how long does it take to become a naturopathic doctor?
Well, that just depends on you. I mean, it took me coming to a point where how long is it going to take you before you do this dissertation, So I kept putting it off, but I mean, you could do it in 6 to 8 years easily, but I started in the late 80s, and I think when I got to about 1995, one morning I woke up. I had the naturopathic doctor's degree, but I didn't have the PhD in nutrition. And something was saying to me, well, how long are you going to, keep putting this off? Are you going to your grave without finishing this off or what? And then I decided I was going to finish it off, and about 8 to 10 months later, I turned the dissertation in and I ended up with a PhD in nutrition.
That's amazing. And can you tell us, I noticed, now as a physician assistant, I'm trained on the allopathic model, the so-called Western medicine. What does naturopathic, or what we call an integrative medicine, what does that bring to the proverbial table as far as helping people achieve?
Well, what we don't do, we don't medicate, we don't sedate, we don't operate. And we're basically into, natural stuff. Fresh air, sunshine, water, sleep, eating well, exercise, all of those things that are natural, and we don't deal with any drugs or pharmaceuticals. It's herbal based. Everything is herbal based. In many cases today, even seed based. And that's it. So we use every aspect of the plant. We try to stay away from anything that is harmful, to the body, that we know is harmful to the body, and we're very, very cautious about foods in terms of consumption. So anything that's an anti-nutrient that we think is going to drive nutrients out of the system, we refrain on that and try to keep our clients away from it, But anything that's good, that nature has provided, for the most part, we suggest and we recommend,
And can you tell me about some of your success stories with some of your clients?
Oh, many. I mean, we have all different types of people who've gotten up. All of these classical disorders, we're addressing them all the time, from cancer to diabetes to hypertension, all of your inflammatory disorders. We've had success in all these particular areas of putting people.
And we're in in America, we're in the midst of what we're calling an obesity epidemic. And naturopathic medicine can help with that.
It's huge, you know. I mean, and all of the complications that go along with obesity, you know. So I don't believe diets work. I believe if you can normalize the gastrointestinal tract, clean up the bloodstream, and clean up the lymphatic system, then a person is going to lose weight. If they got friendly flora, friendly bacteria, good bacteria in the gastrointestinal tract, digestion is good, and we put some antioxidants into the system and make sure that there's plenty of fiber in the body, that a person will lose weight.
I really appreciate the work you do, because as a physician assistant, there's not a whole lot I can do for people other than giving them some advice while they're in the hospital, which is a short time, and then writing some prescriptions for maybe insulin or hydrochlorothiazide or something. But I think where you come into play is you teach them more about lifestyle, healthy lifestyle.
Well, that's really what it gets down to. That's really what it gets down to. I mean, if it's not a lifestyle change, it's going to be a problem. And here's the thing that I came to know in the latter part of my life, that there's somebody else inside you. You know, you're just not physical.
Yeah.
And until you can really get deep into the chambers of the subconscious mind and help a person install some good paradigms, and then get rid of some stuff that they've been conditioned to believe and think about, they can be on a roller coaster, up and down. So I do believe beyond the shadow of a doubt that the body is perfect. It's going to always function perfect. We cause it to function in an imperfect way based on our thinking. Our thoughts are carrying vibration. Every cell in the body is under the influence of the spirit. And as we think, then we're sending vibration down to the subconscious level, and the mind is in every cell in the body. And so it starts picking up that vibration, and if you're talking weak, then the cell is going to function weak. If you're talking from a very, very strong perspective, then the cell will function that way. So, we're into this internal dialogue all day long. So it's about what are you saying to yourself, because you're telling yourself really.
Where can people get more information?
You've got a
They can
website.
go to my website. They can go to genesishealthcenter.com. That's genesishealthcenter.com. You can also get me on Facebook.
Yeah, I'll put that in the description.
Nuriddin. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So thank you so much for your time.
It's my pleasure.
Dr. Hyman. And for those of you all that have an interest in medicine and don't necessarily want to go to physician assistant school or medical school, please do research Doctor of Naturopathy, because we need them like never before. Also, it's called integrative medicine now.
It is integrative medicine.
Okay, all right. Peace be to you all. I wish you all the best of success in your endeavors. Take care.